Hello! Welcome to the Whole Theory Show, where we discuss my theories about anything. You know, it could be religion, it could be science, it could be personality traits. People are crazy, maybe, sometimes, I don't know. So today is Monday, the day after the Super Bowl for 2018, in case you guys are looking at this way in the future. So I'm never going to take it down, so you probably are. Nobody's watching now anyways. Oh, that's negative. Don't be negative. It's okay. Nobody's watching now. It's a new channel. And my stuff is, the quality probably isn't that great right now. I'm in a car because this is where I can be. This is where I know I'll be doing nothing for 30 minutes a day instead of going to work. Any other time, it's like, I gotta juggle this and juggle that. I might not have time because of gotta fix something or clean something or go to the store or who knows. So this period, me going to work is the only time of day where I know for a fact I can come in here and just talk about whatever. Turn off the radio, because the radio gets boring anyways after a while. And, quiet time is good. And talking and thinking and speaking, it's good for your brain. Being a vegetable, listening to radio or watching TV is not good for you. Not too much. I mean, I'm not like a TV Nazi or radio Nazi, but you gotta do things in moderation, of course, or else you start zoning out and losing your mind. Become too influential too, I think. You gotta have quiet time to think for yourself, like meditation time. So anyways, I watched the game, and the Patriots lost. I was going for the Patriots. But I like the Patriots. They're probably my favorite team now. But at the same time, I'm not a big football fan. I don't really watch it all that much. So, the Eagles are fine too. I gotta admit, I'm always kind of rooting for the underdog. In this case, the Eagles were the underdogs, and they won, so good for them. I'm happy for them. It was a good game. I was watching an interview before the game, and they were interviewing Brady, and it was a nice interview, and Brady was kind of a little arrogant, a little cocky, which I guess he should be. But then at the very end, I noticed that the host, the interviewer, kind of said something to him that was really negative, and I felt like it ended the interview with a negative kind of feel to it. And I almost wonder if that was part of the reason why Brady did had a horrible game. He lost the game, let's face it. But he had a bad game. And I'm wondering if that little bit of doubt that was put in him right before the game, because the interview was probably like maybe an hour before the game. Maybe it was pre-recorded. I don't know. But, you can't put negative into you before a game like that. It'll hit you subconsciously. He had a bad hand too, his hand was messed up. So I don't know if they have any other quarterbacks. He played the whole game and he was messing up. But anyways, they lost. Okay, so moving away from football, let's talk about other stuff. I had something in my head that I wanted to bring up. One thing about when you're driving, you really can't have notes. You can't, you plan, but sometimes you get distracted and forget what we're talking about. What was it? It wasn't anything super fancy. I think another thought that popped in my head was about negative people. It's not what I really was talking about. I was thinking about talking about, but it kind of bogarted my brain again. Sometimes a thought just gets in there, and then you kind of it takes over. So, what I mean about negative people, okay, so say you have this person, could be work, could be at the house, could be anywhere. Well, let's just say work or school, because that's where you are all day. And a lot of times you can't escape the people that you work with. Well, if you're just happy-go-lucky guy, and then there's a negative, angry, miserable guy, you know what bothers them? You being happy. Angry, negative people like to share their hate and anger or misery. Misery is probably a better word for it. Sharing their misery. Because it really irritates miserable people if other people are not miserable. And maybe I could understand, you know, if you think the sky's falling and the world's coming to an end and everything is terrible, and you see some guy just like seem like aloof, you think that guy is not in touch. That guy needs to be adjusted. We gotta adjust that guy so he realizes all the horrible things around us. Now, of course, that's a wrong mindset because, yeah, there's horrible things around us, but there's also great things around us. So it's all about what you focus on, right? You can either focus on the misery of the world or focus on the good. You don't want to be completely out of touch, but you know what? You got to know when to let go of all the junk because you don't want to get trapped there. So turn off the news every now and again. I mean, you know, I got to admit, during election years, I don't watch a lot of news because I just want to find out all I can about the candidates. But now election year is over and people are still upset about who won. I mean, dude, let it go. You know, I mean, save your energy for the next election. Have a life. Do something else. The world will still be here. It's not going to end because your guy didn't win, or girl. It's not. I mean, you know. So, and if it is going to end, it's probably going to end anyways, no matter who's in office. So, just enjoy the fact that we're not at war, and right now the economy is great. But who knows? Even if the economy was bad, but you know, they're only in there for 4 years. Right now, we're 1 year into Trump's term, and like him or not, just you know, if you don't like him, don't focus on it. You know, if you don't turn on the news, you focus on your normal life, your regular life, going to work, coming home, people that you love, your hobbies. The world will be there in 3 more years, and you can elect somebody else. It's not gonna be the end of the world. Trump's gonna say some stupid things, but who cares? You know, people in the world say all kinds of stupid things. You can't get hung up over all that stuff because really, you know, it's really in the end, it only affects you if you let it. If you don't, let it affect you. If you don't turn on the news, stay around negative people who are always complaining all day long, you will be fine. It's not going to affect your life one iota. It's like if your football team lost. I mean, yeah, I know you're rooting for your team, but if they lose, it's not affecting your life at all. It really isn't. It's just a game. So stay positive, stay around positive people. I wish I remember what I was going to talk about. Let's see here. What is there in the world? There is, I think it has something to do with religion for some reason. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. It's coming to me. It was something to do with religion. It was something I was watching on TV. Or was it? No, on YouTube. Yeah, they had this little video clip. This was a well-done video. I think it might have been a show at one point, but it showed a clip. And they were talking about the Bible. And it was interesting because, okay, so here's what it was. I remember now. Reincarnation. So according to this one source, and I wish I could name the source, you can look it up, but you can look it up anyways. That reincarnation was actually in the Bible way back when. It was like part of whatever. It was in there. But then at some point, somebody or some group or somebody realized that reincarnation was too optimistic, basically. Because the idea was, in your next life, the next life is a result of the previous life, the one you have now. So like your next life is years old now. So so if you learn things, you progress, and if you screw things up, you have another chance to make it right, do it better. So it's more hopeful than the idea that you only have one life. So therefore, you need to do right or you'll burn in hell. And they said that the reason why they changed it is because it's easier to control people if you only have one life. Because there's that damnation. It's like, okay, well, I gotta do I got to do right or else I'm going to burn hell. So I got to listen to the Bible, and the Bible says, listen to your leader and be a good human. It's more controlling. So if you have reincarnation as your thing, I guess it's more of a personal thing. You know, you're doing things to better yourself so you can progress in your future lives. And ultimately, you're growing as a being, no matter what person you're in. So if you're you now, and next life you're a girl or you're another dude, you know, you're gonna progress or degress. But the point is to progress. It's like to kind of climb up that ladder, to learn what you got to learn, to be a better person. You know, it's kind of like evolution. I guess evolution is what it is. Because when you think about it, things evolve. Everything does. Technology evolves. Animals, nature evolves, because in the beginning there was only single-cell organisms, and then they multiplied, and then it's like survival of the fittest, and things get more advanced the longer they're on Earth, or as long as they're alive, things get better. Even the nature of it, you progress. Like the earlier sharks were not as advanced as the newer sharks. The earlier humans were not as advanced as the newer humans. And the same thing with all animals, probably plants, I'm assuming. So everything in nature advances, it grows, it gets better. So you, as apparently a forever living being, will advance as well. That's the whole point, is to advance, you know. So that's why I say, you want to live your life good. That way you can progress. I always say for your better vibration, but that probably puts you in a better place for next time. Because I know when I started off life, I started off very poor in a very bad neighborhood. And now I'm ending up more middle class in a nice neighborhood. I love my neighborhood. And so I'm advancing. So hopefully, maybe I guess, you know, if like you somehow move into your kids being somehow, I don't know, it's weird. Like my kid will start off in a better place than when I started off. My kid will start off in a very comfortable middle-class house, in a very safe, friendly neighborhood, versus where I was raised in a practically ghetto-ish, poor neighborhood. So she'll start off. So if she's a stepstone of where I am, so maybe if she does well, her kids will be even better off than I was and she was. That's the point. Let's see, there was another point I think I was going to make. I'm running out of time. So, let's see here. What else is there? Oh, okay, let's talk about so I was thinking about the Bible again, and about how they took that part out of the Bible. So I also heard way back when that there was a whole book by some other guy, I don't know, another apostle I think it was or something, or another source, that they removed the whole book because it wasn't gelling well with the other books. So, and then they adjusted the stories to fit, I guess, what they want people to believe. But in this mystery book, the one that doesn't exist anymore, the thing was, he was saying that Jesus' teaching was about trying to get you to where he was and to be able to do the things he was able to do. So to say that, not to say he wasn't special, but that he was able to teach other people to be like him, to have the same kind of gifts, powers. So it wasn't unique to him. It was available for everybody. And again, they wanted to suppress that information supposedly. Alright, I think I'm out of time because this is the spot. I'm on the freeway. So, thanks for watching The Paul Theory Show. Watch again tomorrow. Like and subscribe. This channel is almost dead, but what the heck? It's good for practice. Thanks for watching.